So hi guys, and welcome back to Tailor Tales. I'm pretty sure last time we left off, we were in, let's see, hold on. We were doing the innocent route. No, that's the story. Okay, so there's a passionate route and there's an innocent route, and I'm pretty sure last time we did the passionate route. I replayed the game, got the innocent route, so now I'm in this crossroads of which one do I show you? The one that I've already uploaded. I'm gonna do that. That sounds smart. Alright, the passionate part. We read. Yeah. Eventually, my feet led me to the park. It's already dark outside. The air is cold and it's snowing. I sit down on one of the benches to collect my thoughts, trying not to pay any attention to my shivering. What did I do? What did I do? I yelled at NIEL's father in front of everyone, but he just made me so mad I couldn't stand it. The way he talked about me being some kind of gold digger, and the way he talked about NIEL. Seeing NIEL there so defenselessly and defeated, who in their right mind could have kept their mouth shut? NIEL's a flawed person, and there's more vile words coming out of his mouth than anything positive. But fundamentally, he's not a bad person. And he definitely did not deserve to have his father talk to him like that. There's no way I would have kept my mouth shut after seeing someone I care for being abused like that. I had to speak up. But now, I'm sure I'm pretty much ruined everything. NIEL's obviously going to side with his father. After all, he didn't speak up. I don't know why I get my hopes up. My phone buzzes, making me jump in my seat. Oh, that's cool. So there has been a huge update on Tailor Tales. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to play it now, because I was kind of waiting for the update. The update is here, and it looks amazing. There is so many things that have changed. Not only is there like more obvious icons for like the innocent route and the passionate route, but look at this cell phone. Like this is already like enough to be like, wow, oh wow, that's already something, you know? Like that's a lot of attention to detail to me. Where are you right now? I sit there with the phone in my hands, contemplating whether or not to tell him. Should I even reply? I sort of stormed out of there and left them all behind, and NIEL for sure is going to yell at me or something along those lines. I'm unsure of everything right now, even of my own feelings. They're a bit of a mess right now. At the park. Wait there, I'm coming. Oh great, His Majesty is coming over and rain down his wrath upon me. Who knows what kind of speech he has prepared to scold me for yelling at his father. I bury my face into my hands. Oh God, I yelled at a really powerful figure. Sitting all alone at the park, it's really starting to sink in, the things I've said. On the other hand, I'm also kind of proud of that I said them. The urge to stand up for him was too great, and I was entirely lost it when Marcus started insulting me as well. There was no way I was going to let someone walk all over me, regardless of their status. Either way, I can't take those words back, and I don't think I want to either. Now, all there is to do is wait for NIEL, and I suppose, how fun. Snow continues to fall around me. About 10 minutes later, I hear someone approaching. Their footsteps stop in front of me, and from the instant lack of snowflakes, I assume there's an umbrella above my head. I know it's NIEL, so I don't bother looking up. I'm suddenly finding it very fascinating to stare at NIEL's shiny, polished shoes. My heart is in my throat, and I cannot find the energy to say anything anymore. That was the craziest, most ludicrous thing anyone has ever done for me. NIEL closed his eyes and sighs. And I have Angela to compare to. NIEL places his hand on top of my head, patting my hair. Aww. But I guess I was waiting for that kind of crazy all along. I look up at him, my eyes wide in surprise. He pulls his hand back before taking a seat next to me, making sure the umbrella keeps the snow away from the both of us. You're not mad at me? I ask. I didn't say I wasn't, he says. You've got quite a mouth that likes to run off on its own. I glare at him. Takes one to know one. How many times have you opened your mouth and said horrible things? Don't remind me, he says bitterly. But why do you seem to lose your voice when it comes to your father? Why do you let him step on you like that? You're sharp and always ready when it comes to retorts or witty remarks. It's different, alright? He pipes in. It's different because they're family, my family. They're always placed a tremendous amount of pressure on me to perform up to their standards. NIEL then gives a short bitter laugh. Why do you think I ran away that time? Even as a child, I knew something wasn't right. You had more fighting spirit as an 8-year-old than you do now. At 24, I say. NIEL sighs, leaning forward and placing his elbows onto his knee. I simply didn't want to disappoint them. Work hard, make them proud. That's all I really wanted. No, it's not. I interject. That's not what you wanted at all. For God's sake, NIEL, do you think I stood... Why do you think I stood up for you? Because I know you're miserable the way you are. I know you want to follow your passion, not be stuck in some stuffy hospital working for your tyrant of a father. NIEL stays quiet for a bit, but he finally looks at me. His eyes hold a bunch of emotions, but I can't quite place them. There's a bunch of emotions swirling around me in my stomach as well. Of all the things that don't make sense, you're the one that makes the least sense to me, he says after a while. What do you mean? Why do you care so much? NIEL twists his body around and moves closer to me. His face is next to mine, staring at me with those golden eyes. His gaze is taking my breath away. I've made nothing but bad impressions on you, he says. Said and done things that are inexcusable. You certainly have the right, I say with a nervous laugh.
Oh.
So, why are you always there when I least expect it? Always ready to come to my rescue? NIEL keeps staring at me with his eyes, seemingly searching for answers. I am inexorably drawn into them. He raises an excellent point. Why do I care so damn much about him, even though he's been quite horrible with me at certain points? I guess it's because I've seen what NIEL can be with the when the pretenses fall away. I can see NIEL for who he is, the NIEL who shows kindness towards others. God, I can't read. What the hell? The NIEL who can laugh at silly things. The NIEL that blushes a deep shade of red and turns speechless. I can see that behind NIEL's rude action, he tries to hide this insecure side of him. The NIEL that is scared of messing up and letting himself get hurt. And that's why he's always so quick to push me away, or to cover up his embarrassment with quick and sharp insults. The more I get to know NIEL, the more I know he tricks. His tics. Oh, God damn it, Melly. How he lashes out whenever he gets embarrassed. How he has enough courage to apologize for his own faults. And even though his ideas are sometimes twisted, he doesn't care about the people. He does care about the people that are close to him. No, Melly, he doesn't care. God damn it. Just read. He's still arrogant. He's still witty. And he always has a comeback ready. But this NIEL, this is the NIEL I like. I worry about him. I want him to be healthy. I wanted to protect him. I want to protect him. I always wonder what he's doing. I want him to succeed. I want him to grow up and learn to live by his own choices. I want him. There's so many things I want to say that I end up speechless, not quite knowing how to convey them. Sometimes I really do think you have an ulterior motive for always involving yourself, grumbles NIEL. Ah, yes, my ulterior I can't pronounce it. My ulterior motive is for you to fall in love with me and marry me before driving you off a cliff and reap all the sweet benefits. I'll get us the widow of a very rich man, I say in deadpan. Hey, isn't that pretty much your father's impression of me? I wouldn't put it past you. I give NIEL's shoulder a hard shove. Jerk. Gold digger, he retorts back. That would imply you actually have some gold to dig for. Aren't you pretty much poor if your father ever decides to cut you off? NIEL gives a wry smile. He did. What? I draw a blank. I couldn't very well stay silent after your rampage. Rampage? I was not on a rampage. That was most definitely a rampage, and you left behind quite a big wreckage. Everyone trembled before you. I refused to let NIEL get under my skin and looked straight forward, trying to seem unimpressed. You should have stuck around. Then you would have known how it ended. Well, I'm here now. How did it end? Father was mouthing you off once you left. I had never seen him this upset before, not even on the day when I ran away. He was like a volcano that erupted. He kept mocking everything you said, everything you stood for, from the manners to your boutique. Well, that sounds nice, I said, defeated. I definitely succeeded in making Neil's father dislike me, but that's okay. I didn't like him either. I couldn't stand to listen to those things he was saying about you anymore. But don't you pretty much agree with those things, though? NIEL flashes me a small smile. I told my father I actually agreed with everything you said. NIEL leans his head against my shoulder, burying his face in my hair, as if he's trying to hide. Everything you said, it was pretty much the truth. Angela has been trying to get me to stand up to my father for years now, but I couldn't, never did. You almost gave me a heart attack when you attacked my father like that. I couldn't believe it. Once again, you showed strength when I couldn't. Exactly when we were kids. I stayed quiet, letting him continue to lean on me for support as he explains what happened. He went on, ranting, insulting you when you left. I was unable to stand it. I don't know why I was okay with my father saying such things about me, but you? I don't want anyone to speak ill of you, so I talked back. For once in my life, he mumbles against my hair. I could feel his hot breath tickle my neck. It's making me shiver. Aren't you always speaking ill of me, though, NIEL? I point out. I don't speak ill of you. I never. Speak ill of me, insulting me, same thing. NIEL turns his head a bit, and his lips brush against my neck. It's giving me so many tingles. I swear he's doing it on purpose. I am sorry for the things I've said. I don't deserve what you did for me today. How about you? Oh my god, I can't read. Different tone. The thing that gets me, I think that's what I'm having a really hard time here, is that I can't really grasp the mood of what she's gonna say with the first word. Like, I should probably, I don't know, like I was gonna say, should I skim before reading it? Because I don't know how, that's my thing. Like, I start the sentence and I don't know what tone the MC has. I don't know why. It has nothing to do with the writing. I just, for some reason, I'm really having a hard time getting the mood out of each sentence. Okay, let me see. How about you try by how about you thank me by treating me nicer from now on? No more insults, no more witty retorts thrown my way. No more shut your pretty little mouth. NIEL stays silent for a few seconds before he lets out a small snort. But it's kind of enjoyable to see you react and retort to them in return. Enjoyable? He finds my reactions amusing? I quickly pull away from NIEL entirely. Did you just admit you were saying those things to get a rise out of me? I say indignantly. I can't believe it. He really did. NIEL chuckles. See? That's the kind of reactions I like. I feel my cheeks heat up. It's as if I'm playing right into NIEL's hands. Stop that! Stop being gleeful! NIEL simply laughs at me. NIEL! You can be cute sometimes, he adds with another chuckle. Great, now I'm definitely blushing. What's cutting into you all of a sudden? I wonder out loud. I'm not used to NIEL being like this. He seems more carefree. He's joking around. The other night, when we ate dinner together, I discovered a side of him I've never seen before, and now this? I can't decide whether I'm having a good day or a bad day, he says. Did your father really cut you off? I ask. It seems to be the most important question right now. Oh, I'm sure he definitely cutting me off out of my financial support. He hasn't said anything explicitly. The man was too stunned to reply once I was through with him, but I'm pretty sure he's already plotting my demise. Angela would have loved to be there. I know I would have loved to see NIEL standing up to his father. I'm almost sad I ran out after I said my piece without getting to see something this extraordinary. So what changes for you right now, I ask. It changes everything. It means that I'm now free to do whatever I want. And don't worry, it's not like he can access my personal bank account. I'm not suddenly dirt poor and living on the streets. What did your mother say?
She
didn't say much, actually. She was pretty quiet throughout the entire thing. Once I was through with my father, all she said was to go after you. I gave him an unamused look. So you came here on your mother's orders? No, I totally just skipped when he says NIEL casts his eyes down. It's because I saw the action of him looking down and I totally just skipped that part. I felt like I was reading the book. I'm so embarrassed. I'm sorry. NIEL casts his eyes down. No, I wanted to as well. Good. I don't want you chasing after me only because someone told you to. NIEL gives me a smirk. Are you saying you want me to chase after you on my own volition? I was gonna say violation. Oh, your own volition. What is wrong with me? No, I say, flustered. But maybe yes? You're a terrible liar. I bite down on my lips and avoid his gaze. NIEL makes a sudden movement, closing the distance between us again. His lips are near my ears, and his voice a whisper. I've been chasing you all this time, MeliZ. Haven't you noticed? Oh shit. He quickly retreats and stands up from the bench, his back turned towards me. I didn't say what he said! Ah! Wait! I didn't say it! God damn it! He says, snow falls down on me! The safety of the umbrella gone with NIEL. I look at his back, and under the light of the street lamp, I can spot the tip of his ears are red against his black hair. I find myself blushing as well. My mind is in a whirlwind right now. An hour ago, I was yelling at his father, and now NIEL is saying that he's... What is he saying exactly? Is he cryptically trying to say that he actually has been chasing me all this time? My mind is jumping to all kinds of conclusions, but I don't want my imagination to work it out. I want to hear it from him. Chasing me? I decided to ask. You have a funny way of showing that. NIEL quietly shuffles with his feet on the ground, not saying anything. He leans against the lamppost and scratches his cheek, playing aloof. But then I see him shrink a bit, slipping down his shoulders and giving me a sigh. I may have done... He mumbles the last part, and considering he's turned away from me, I can't catch up what he's saying. Can't hear you, I say. I get up from the bench as well and move towards NIEL. You know very well from the beginning, NIEL mutters incoherently. You... Finally, standing next to NIEL, I must have been very quiet because he jumps away in surprise. NIEL composes himself, loosening the tie around his neck with his index finger. It seems NIEL's face turns redder by the second. I went to tell him to get it out with it already, but he's simply too adorable. NIEL, you're usually so eloquent with words. What's gotten you all tongue-tied? I say. I want to rub it in his face that he's fumbling over his words. I have the biggest smile on my face because of this. I definitely do not like that part of you, NIEL grumbles. I'm sorry, but who's the one who's admitted saying certain things to get a rise out of the other for their pleasure? Wasn't it, you? It was, wasn't it? Ugh, let me finish what I'm trying to say already, he says. When he sees I'm not continuing my teasing or basking in his embarrassment, really, he clears his throat and tries it one more time. As I was trying to say, after you so rudely interrupted me. I'm not interrupting! It seems like I have inexplicably grown fond of you. He what now? He has grown fond of me. I'm sorry, was this supposed to be some kind of confession? Is this how NIEL explains his feelings? Hey lady, I have grown fond of you! Ugh, even in my mind it sounds ridiculous. I yank down on NIEL's tie and he yelps in response as he gets pulled down to my level. I stare him down. You've grown fond of me! How about being a bit more clear? I darely push my lips against his to shut him up. My body zings in response and my heart is jumping around in my stomach somewhere. NIEL's lips are cold but soft and full of passion. His fondness speech may have been lukewarm, but his lips are anything but cool. Oh shit, that writing though! That's a good sentence. I'm sorry, but that's a really good sentence. He pushes up. Ooh, that sound clip though. He pushes back against me, his lips smashing against mine. Like he's been yearning for this, hungry for it, starving for it. But so am I. I wanted this. I wanted this so bad. We're not getting a scene, are we? Like, you know that kind of scene? We'll see what happens. I sigh against his lips, parting that more air escapes between us until we're locked once more. With Neil's tongue coming out to play with mine, our tongues clash like a whirlwind of fire as he grabs me by my waist. No one, when the only people at home is my sister. I'm gonna read this as loud as I can. There's no hesitation in his actions. I can feel exactly what he wants by the way he kisses me. I suck on his lips, and I hope he can feel this exactly what I want as well. My hands are running along the fabric of his shirt on his back, pressing him firmly against me. The night is cold, but there's a warmth inside of me that's growing hotter. Neil's lips feel amazing on mine. I don't ever want to let go. How indecent young people are these days, someone suddenly yells at us. Damn it, old lady! We could have had more. We could have had more. We break apart at the interruption, mortified to realize we're not exactly alone in the park and have been sucking each other's faces in public view. Both of us are taking big breaths to steady ourselves. I can't seem to look Neil in the eye, and he seems to have the same problem. The ground suddenly becomes very interesting. Let me take you home. This park can be full of strange people at night. You don't want to run into them. Neil takes my hand and gently tugs me away. I wrap my fingers around his hand, loving the feeling of his, much bigger against mine. We walk side by side and make our way out of the park. My mind immediately goes into overdrive as his hand grows warmer to the touch. We just made out. Neil sort of confessed to me we're holding hands, and not even an hour ago I was yelling at his father. I can't keep up with these emotions. It's all still so unclear, but this growing sensation inside of me, it's hard to ignore. It's been there like a steady current, growing bigger and bigger, washing over me like a tidal wave. I look over at Neil, who keeps quiet and holding the umbrella with one hand while gripping mine with the other. My heart clenches up. It's throbbing painfully. I quickly look away. No, it's not that unclear. I've felt this way for a while now. Maybe even since all the way back to the masquerade party, when I was finally forced to realize that I've been attracted to Neil all this time. I didn't want to admit it. I didn't want to face my own growing feelings for him. Because why would I even feel this? Neil had been nothing but hot and cold from the moment we met at the coffee shop. And yet, I'm unable to stay away from him, and Neil seems unable to stay away from me. Oh God, I say out loud and stop walking. Neil stops at, What's that? I think I've... No, it can't be. I covered my mouth with my free hand, shocked at the realization. Nothing. I managed to say, no, wait, there's just no way. What? Spit it out. Don't say, oh God, all of a sudden stop walking without a sort of explanation. Neil looks at me with a frown, waiting for me to say what's on my mind. I furiously shake my head, hoping to shake off the blush that is now covering my cheeks. No way, I'm not going to say it. Huh? Neil gives me an exasperated look. Moments ago you couldn't keep your mouth shut and now you decide to be quiet? Well, that's because I just realized that I'm in love with Neil. Ugh, I can't let that bastard know. He'd grown even cockier, even more arrogant. He never let me forget. Why won't you tell me, he whines. Must keep mouth shut. I bite down on my lips and shake my head again. No way, I can't tell you. I'm not going to. Neil gently gaze turns into a glare. Why can't you tell me, huh? Where's your fighting spirit now? He says, as if to challenge me. You boldly seduced me with your lips, but words proved to be a challenge for you, he adds. I turn bright red. Seducing him? Are you really that at a loss for words? He smirks. That cocky bastard is enjoying this. I'm hating every second of it. I can't let him be this gleeful. My pride won't stand for this amount of smugness. I push away from him. I'm not fine. I'm not fine. I love you. Ah, crap, I said it. I hide my face further in my hands, horrified. I said it out loud. When Neil doesn't respond with anything witty, however, I take a peek through my fingers. He's standing still, looking straight ahead. I pull my hands away from my face. Neil? I poke his shoulder. Neil drops his umbrella as he dashes away from me before crouching down on the sidewalk. His arms covering his head, shielding his very bright red neck. He just ran off. Oh, shit. Neil, I call out to him, a big flabbergasted at his extreme reaction. Neil lifts his head the tiniest bit so that he can look at me with his golden eyes. He looks so embarrassed, it's incredibly cute. My heart thumps against my chest, filling me with a glowing warmth. I pick up the umbrella and slowly walk towards him. It's my turn to shield him from the snow. He looks kind of pathetic, crouching down like that as if he's trying to hide from me. It reminds me of that day we met at the cafe, when he tried to hide behind his laptop. It was so stupid, but also weirdly endearing, like right now. I can't pass up this opportunity to tease him, so I crouch down to his level myself and leaning closer to his ears. Neil, I love you, I whispered to him. That's adorable. He almost does a barrel roll forwards, but catches himself in time before quickly standing up straight. I follow his movements with a smirk, basking in his embarrassment. I think I found the best button to push. What's wrong, Neil? I ask innocently. He gives me this incredulous look, one that seems to be screaming, "Are you for real?" He points at me with his index finger. Stop that! I take a step closer to him with my smirk growing wider. Stop what? Oh, it's saying that I love you. So let's stop. Another step closer. Why should I? I whisper. Face still buried in his hands, he looks to his left and grits his teeth like he's in pain. Stop lying to me like that, it's not good for my heart. Oh, does he really think I'm lying for the sake of teasing him? I take a small step backwards. It's not a lie. I bashfully look away from him this time. I may have only realized it just now. I swallow, but it's true. Neil's golden eyes are wide and conflicted. What? Even if you have the emotional range of a toddler, even if your venomous words sting and hurt, even if I never know whatever comes out of your mouth is what you really mean to say. You don't have to keep insulting me, he barks at me. I guess I can't help but find you adorable. Besides, I'll admit that I can say some nasty things as well. Neil blinks at me, still not believing me. Of course, I'd prefer if you would be a little nicer to me from now on. Say something! Don't make me stand here wearing my heart on my sleeve all awkwardly! I clutch the umbrella close to myself for support. Neil clears his throat before turning his face away from me once again. He seems to be incapable of looking at me directly when it comes to being honest with himself. Maybe my choice of words was a bit ambiguous, he admits. I'll try to express myself better. Express himself better? That would certainly help considering Neil is always hiding his thoughts behind snarky comments. He sighs. I have a hard time putting my feelings into words whenever I'm around you. Gee, really? I mock him. He reaches out for me daringly, brushing my cheek with the back of his hand. I take in a breath as I get filled up with excitement and anticipation. Ever since the day at your boutique, I've been attracted to you, and those feelings festered inside of me into something bigger. I felt less and less in control every day. Despite being able to properly articulate himself this time, Neil's face is a deep shade of red, the blush even covering his neck and ears. I could tell that he's shivering, and it's definitely not because of the cold. He's nervous, he's fidgety. These are all new sides of Neil I haven't seen before. It's become quite the mess when it's about you. It's hard to breathe, it's hard to think. I never knew I could feel nervous, scared and excited all the same time. In the end, I'm having such a hard time managing my own feelings that I end up hurting yours. Mocking you, hurting you, that has never been my intentions. I can't help but become a petulant child whenever I feel the fluttery chaos in the pit of my stomach. I lash out, my mouth runs off, and instead of trying to get along with you, my primitive brain thinks it's a great idea to act all high and mighty to make sure you won't notice that I'm scared of these feelings inside of me. Neil finishes monologue while looking at me with these hopeful puppy dog-like eyes. Don't worry, I'm looking at them too, and they're making me stutter, more stuttering than I was before. My heart melts at the sight of him, and his words make my heart beat even faster. Essentially, Neil admits that he has feelings for me, and lashes out because he was too scared in return. But I want you to notice me now, and if what you said before was no lie, then... He bumps his forehead into mine. I can feel his warm breath on my face. It's comforting. He pauses for a little while, simply leaning against me for support.
Yeah.
I think I love you too. A jolt of lightning surges through my body and my eyes are cracked wide open. I was in heavy denial before. It had only been a few minutes since I finally accepted I was in love with NIEL, but I never suspected I'd hear him say those words back to me. My legs feel like spaghetti noodles all of a sudden. My inner strength has left me. I can't believe we both confessed to each other. I never expected this would happen when I woke up this morning. I expected to tell NIEL's parents that I wasn't his fiancé, that I wasn't in fact anything to him. Yet here we are, foreheads touching, faces red, with the snow falling quietly around us. We love each other. I was teasing him before, confidently saying I love you, but now I suddenly find myself speechless. It's one thing to say it, it's another to hear it coming from him. I'll repeat what you said before. Please say something. Don't make me stand here like a fool. I hold back the urge to smile. I want to say those weren't my exact words, but I decide against it for now. You're stupid, I say instead with a slight chuckle. I can already tell NIEL's about to pull away in a huff, but I tilt my head back, pressing my lips against his for a brief moment. But I seem to be in love with you, no matter how stupid you are. Fancy that. NIEL growls out loud. Are you saying I'm stupid? I mean, I've been saying that like 3 times already. Okay. I wrap my free arm around his neck, lifting myself up so I can kiss him one more time. Stupid. NIEL kisses me back, wrapping his arms around my waist. Then you're stupid for falling for this fool. He's nervous and fidgety. His eyes are full of longing as he cups my face. It brings himself closer to gently kiss me again. He pulls away after a sweet second, blinking his eyes at me and giving me a shy smile. Let's go home, he says. Yes, let's go home together. Yeah, boy. Okay, yeah, I forgot to show you guys. I don't know if I showed it. This is like my character. Look at her. Look at her. She's good. Okay. Now let's get... I don't know how the... I don't know if we've played the epilogue yet. Story. Ah, he doesn't have purple hair. I keep forgetting. Reread. What if I do a new route? I don't know if I want to do that. This one. I guess there's only one epilogue because there's not... Oh yeah, okay. Awesome! Passionate! I'm daydreaming of NIEL. I am still a bit unsure whether or not anything of this was real. The fight with his parents, NIEL's love confession and mine, the many kisses. It was last night that he took me home and we kissed goodnight in front of the store. His kisses have left me aching for more, especially considering the fact we love each other. That still feels weird to me. It's weird to say. NIEL loves me. He's actually admitted it. Then there's that bad stuff, like me yelling at his father, and NIEL sort of finally standing up for himself, which probably means he's getting cut off from the family. I don't know what's going to happen. On one hand, it's terrifying, on the other, it's exhilarating. Mostly though, I'm nervously waiting to see NIEL again. The door chimes. Is it my boy? My eyes widen when I realize the customer is none other than NIEL's mother, Evelyn. Ooh, shoot. Ah. Good day, MeliZ. She greets me politely. I'm starting to get sweaty palms. Why is she doing? What is she doing here? Is she going to scold me? Warn me to never come near NIEL again? Good day, I force myself to say. Evelyn looks around the shop for a bit, taking her time to say what she came here to say. It was unfortunate how things ended yesterday. Don't you agree? Yes, I say, trying to be polite as possible. Marcus doesn't know what's good for our son. He's stubborn and unchanging in his ways. He believes NIEL should follow in his footsteps to take over the hospital as CEO. I keep my thoughts to myself. I've already spoken up enough. I've tried this time again, and time again, yet in the end, nothing really seems to have any influence. NIEL went along with whatever Marcus said, and my poor son kept overworking himself at a job he loathed. She walks over towards the counter with a slight and sad smile on her face. And then something miraculous happened last night. NIEL finally found his inner strength and stood up for his own needs. And I have you to thank for it all. Me? I'm stunned. Is she complimenting me? It's a good thing that I stood up to his father. Evelyn gives me a graceful smile. That's correct. While you may have been pretending to be NIEL's fiancé, I can tell that the both of you are very close. I'm very grateful that you managed to ignite a fire in him so that he could finally take charge of his own destiny. She takes a small sigh, closing her eyes. Marcus should concede to the fact that NIEL won't be taking over. We're in the modern age now. There's no need to keep the business in the family. Plenty of other wonderful young men can step up and take over. What I want for my son is for him to be happy. So please, MeliZ, continue making my lovely son happy. I don't know what to say. I'm pretty sure I look like a fish out of water, gaping at her with no words coming out. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say. Please don't be shy and come visit us again. I'm not going to let Marcus cut off our only son and his lover. Lover? I blushed something fierce, wishing I could crawl behind my counter and never come out. Have a nice day, MeliZ. I wish you all the best with my son. Evelyn bids me goodbye. She finally leaves the store. I try to gather my thoughts. Evelyn personally came over to tell me that she was grateful for whatever I did to NIEL and to make him stand up for his father. For his father. I don't know. Yes. She didn't even scold me for blowing up at Marcus. As a matter of fact, she gave me her blessings to continue making her son happy. Is it really that obvious there's something going on between NIEL and me? Oh, this is embarrassing. The door chimes once more, and I look up with a buffle of nerves in my stomach. Speak of the devil, and he shall emerge. NIEL! I call out to him as my heart starts to beat faster. Did I see my mother walk out of the store? Or am I imagining things? What are you doing here? I ask him. My heart already starts to beat faster. I didn't realize I'd missed him this much. It's only been like half a day since I last saw him. NIEL coughs into his hand, looking away from me. I wanted to see you. And just like that, my heart is fluttering again. Anyways, back to my question. What was my mother doing here? Oh, I think she gave us her blessings? I'm still a bit unsure. Her blessings? What do you mean? Did she say something else? She came over to say that she hopes I make you happy and that the both of us are still welcome to visit her again. I'm pretty sure she means to say that you're not cut off from the family. NIEL hunches his shoulders, looking embarrassed all of a sudden. She said that? That's good, right? You're still a forester. I can't. He grumbles a bit. I don't care about that. I mean, she said something as sappy as you making me happy? I feel myself turn shy as well. It's what she said. NIEL scratches the back of his head, fluffing his black hair. I guess you do make me happy, he says very slowly. Like it took him a lot of effort to admit it. My heart pounds at his sudden honesty. Quiet down, you stupid organ. You can't keep flips. You can't keep making flips every time NIEL says something even remotely romantic. I'm laughing. God damn it. I can't stop the grin from spreading on my face, though. Are you busy right now? He asked, trying to change the subject. No, those 4 customers haven't shown up yet, I say with a slight smile. Aren't I a customer? Depends, are you interested in something? Definitely, he said, staring straight at me. Oh, damn, boy! Damn! I hide my blushing face behind my hands. Why is NIEL so bold all of a sudden? Ever since last night, he's like a switch has been flipped and he's suddenly filled with a lot more confidence. It's not good for my heart. I can show you some clothing you might like, I say, feeling a bit nervous.
Huh?
Some clothing? NIEL asks, looking genuinely surprised. I quickly skitter over towards the other side of the store to pick up one of the few male shirts I have. I hold it up to NIEL. Oh my god, I'm embarrassed. I can't. I don't think he didn't mean that. I think he meant like, oh, I'm interested in you. Ha 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 ha. You could try this on, for example. I point towards the dressing room. I'm trying to suggest something not so innocent here. Okay, good. Yay. NIEL brilliantly takes the shirt from my hands and walks towards the dressing room, closing the curtain behind him. Yeah! I can hear him shuffling around in there. I grow impatient, so I force myself through the curtains and into the dressing room. I can't! Oh god! I love NIEL so much. I come to face with NIEL's bare chest. He looks at me all flustered. What? I place my hands on his naked chest and push him against the wall. Finally, I say, and stand up on my toes, so I can place my lips against his. Oh my god, look at the breathing animation! Oh, that's amazing! Like right here, like it's slight, but oh, the attention to detail, I love it, I love it! Okay. NIEL drops his shirt in his hands and then embraces me, pulling me into his warm body. He pushes against my lips. All the bad thoughts, worries fly right out of my mind. It's just me and NIEL right now. In this moment, moving our bodies together, writhing in excitement. His arms pull me tighter, and my hands wander around his bare chest, clawing at him as he kisses me hard. His kisses are leaving me breathless. These new feelings are brewing inside me. It all feels lush and exciting, and most of all, warm. NIEL's body against me makes me feel protected and warm. Like this, it feels like I'm seeing the real NIEL, without any pretenses. His lips are soft and gentle, but then hard and passionate the next second. NIEL breaks away from his lips and takes the fuzzy warmth with him. His eyes are half open, and for the split second I look into those golden orbs, I find myself lost within them. I love this man. Oh. I flutter my eyes closed and lean into him, capturing his lips. I'm sorry, I'm really like... I was quiet for a second because I'm really appreciating the detail that, like, Ciliana? I don't even know if I'm pronouncing your name right, but the detail of the breathing that you worked on, like, the lip motion, like, everything looks amazing. Like, shit, this is so good. The way that you put the little, like passionate and innocent, like, representation with the kitty and the angel wings, like, it's good. It's amazing. I love this. There's no bad ending. This is what I also appreciate. There's no worry that you're gonna get a bad ending. There's no bad endings. And I think a lot of games, like, you want to make sure, like, some people, like, panic about, like, oh my god, what if this is not the good ending? What if I'm getting a bad ending? This makes you just appreciate the game. Like, I know I'm taking a pause in the game right now, but not having a bad ending makes you appreciate the story of the game. Not only that, making the choices so obvious, especially to some people who are not really, like, experienced in the Otome games. Like, this is, if you're gonna introduce anyone to Otome games, and you're trying to find a game to show them, like, this is the game you play, this is your first Otome game, I recommend this one. Like, this is the game to recommend for any beginning Otome players, even the ones that are, like, have more years and more, like, I played all these other ones. Like, this is such a good, it's such a good representation of how amazing Otome games are. I like the obvious icons, because it kind of reminds me of, like, the role-playing games. It's like, oh, choose this option to be funny, or choose this option to be snarky. It's like that. It's not a surprise in how it's presented to you. Because sometimes when you're playing other Otome games, you click on a response, and maybe that response isn't what you expect. You're like, oh shit, no, I gotta go back. In this one, you know exactly how your answer is going to be presented. I don't know if that makes sense, but I appreciate the detail of the characters, the detail of the breathing, which a lot of Otome games won't have, obviously. The details of the moving lips whenever his dialogue comes up. Every single thing, it's just amazing. I flutter my eyes closed and lean into him, capturing his lips. He lets out a small moan against my lips, and I feel his body curve towards mine. My fingers keep brushing against his naked skin, touching him in all sorts of places, and seeing how he reacts by twitching and moving his body. I part my lips, daringly lick his lips with my tongue, until he does the same, and our tongues intertwine. Electricity soars through my body, and it feels like we're on fire. NIEL's breathing is heavy, and he keeps letting out these small grunts, and rocks his body against me, each time harder than before. He pulls his tongue away from mine, and lowers his head so that he can lick the skin of my neck. On my neck. It makes me shiver and I collapse in his arms. Before I know it, he's leaving kisses on the side of my neck, sucking on the more delicate spots. I bite my lip to prevent any noise coming out. When his hand starts crawling underneath my dress, that's when we're both pulled back to earth as we hear someone enter the store. Yay! That's so good! Okay, you guys, that NSFW ending. Developers, Liana, thank you so much for letting me play this. And also thank you for adding the silver hair. That was a whole, remember? That was a whole thing where I'm just like, it's kind of sad that she doesn't have silver hair in the cutscene. And Celiana, like, she took the time to make the CG for my silver hair. I was so happy. I was just like, oh, I'm sorry. I feel horrible. Oh, but I remember, this is such amazing. Okay, you guys have to play this. You have to. You have to. Like, I know you saw me play it, but the NSFW part is so worth it. It's so worth it. It's so worth it. I wish I could say how good it was, because I was just like, oof, oof. Like, I read some fanfics, you know, and this one was like, I'm reading a fanfic and it's happening in front. I don't, and there's a CG of it, and I'm totally gonna use it as like, I don't mean to clickbait, but it's not technically clickbaiting because it leads up to it, you know. So I'm gonna shit, it's right there. God. Oh no. Thanks for. Oh wait, don't leave. I need to take a photo of this. Okay, I totally fucking took a photo of that. Okay, anyways, I guess you have to play. If not, you know, if you're like, no, Meli, I already saw you. No, you have to. You have to. Because I only did the passionate side. The innocent one, I've played it on my own, and it's really good. And like, there's two different. You just have to. Holy hell, NIEL is amazing. I'm so happy. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you, Celiana, for letting me play this game, for making this game. I know how much time and effort you've done to make this game a reality. I'm so happy. So you guys have to go check this out. I'm not sponsored. You just have to. I've been on this binge of Otome games this month, and you have to binge with me, man. You guys have to like be on the train with me and be like, yes, Meli, let's play. This is a long video. It's an hour and a half. It's fucking worth it. Anyways, you guys, thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys in my next video, my next live stream. Until next time, have a good one. Till next time, bye, Johnny. It's worth it. Trust me, it's worth it. Oh shit, that was good.